Rowena, welcome. Rowena, can you explain to me the 2 or 3 core challenges to managing a blended in-house and third-party network?
Sure, John. I would say that the major challenge is around consistency, and this materializes in several different ways. First of all, our clients are buying a custody and clearing product that is branded JP Morgan. Therefore, our clients shouldn't feel any difference in the level of service provided between an in-house and external provider. Naturally, if we can create a differentiation and raise the bar within our operation, then we would do that, and in fact, that is our goal. The second issue relates to making sure that, irrespective of whether the agent is internal or external, that network manages them at the same way. And what I mean by that in particular is maintaining the same levels of formality around roles and responsibilities and communications protocols. And finally, the way we manage market-related risks and issues may be different. So we have a high degree of comfort, obviously, with the way we manage our own risks and our in-house network. And so in a sense, we rest easier in a difficult financial environment.
Tell me, once you decide to internalize a market, how do you actually manage the transition? How long is the transition? How do you ensure a sound service from the legacy provider during the transition, especially as JP Morgan is often a very, very substantial part of your supplier's portfolio?
Yeah, as you can imagine, a lot of work takes place before we announce anything in the market. So we have a dedicated team in each of the regions that manage the market implementation. And that ranges from doing the necessary due diligence, the regulatory approvals, hiring the staff, training, and making sure that our platforms can adapt to any market nuances. Once the market is ready to transition clients, network management actually does their own due diligence like they do with any other agent. And they assess our readiness to insource our internal book of business. So in other words, nothing gets moved unless everybody's comfortable that we can serve our client best. Now, in terms of the length of transitions, that largely depends by market. So in India, for example, it took us 2 years to transition our clients because there were a lot of market regulations changing at that time. So we took a methodical approach that made sense to our clients. Brazil, on the other hand, we did in a few months. And when we do Hong Kong, a vast majority of our clients will move in a big bang approach.
And as far as your legacy providers are concerned, how do you ensure that you do get consistent service from them during that transition period?
Yeah, obviously, the DCC strategy makes a lot of business sense for us, but it is in no way, should impair the relationship we have with our legacy providers. Who have served us well over the last couple of years. So I think we have a broad enough relationship with them, and we're sensitive to the fact that when we move, we try to create other opportunities in other markets or in other products as much as possible. And I think because we do have those long-standing relationships, we've seen that they've actually still been very supportive with us throughout this whole process.
Is there a risk, though, that in the end your suppliers, the sub-custodians, are going to be left with small and unprofitable markets, and that they will then be obliged to increase their fees as the relationship reduces?
We have a large and sophisticated way that we manage our network within the firm. So, when we decide to insource, obviously the impact of our pricing schedules is taken into consideration. And that is, a big factor in deciding whether we move forward or not. So in other words, nothing happens in isolation.
Rowena, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, John, for the opportunity.